Hey everybody. So it is the week after Thanksgiving and I am in all things Christmas right now. I am prepping for the holiday season, both in our homeschool and kind of our family traditions. And so this video is a bit of a plan with me video. Mostly it's going to be like a December setup time, but I'm also going to take you through a little bit of my specific plans for homeschool this month. So I hope this is fun for you as I take you kind of on my planning journey. I'm going to flip the camera around and take you into my planner. Okay, so I have my planner here. This is my homeschool planner. I actually have another planner, a plum paper planner that I use for my everyday kind of life, but this is the one where all of my homeschool stuff is. So I have this, and then I have a list and my phone. I have my pens, my friction pens, because friction pens are a must with homeschool planning. And then I have my list here. So let me take you in. So let's go to December on this planner, and I think we'll focus mostly on this calendar spread here. And I already put in all of the preschool days for my twins. Some of them they have show and tell, and then I put in the enrichment days for my big kids. I set up my calendar when I got those school calendars, if you will, when I got all the information. I just put it straight onto my calendars already. So I know I need to work around those things. But otherwise, it's kind of a free and open calendar, which I'm excited by. And so I have a list. I have this handy dandy list, which I just love this paper. It's the things I may or may not deal with later. I think it's funny. I got it actually from Book of the Month. I won one of their giveaways, which if you're on my channel a lot, you know I love books and I love Book of the Month. And so this is just a fantastic little notepad that I use all the time. But anyway, I used it to make my Christmas 2021 plan. And it was just, this is like a brain dump sort of plan, some ideas that I think would be really fun for this season, some of the things we already have planned, and some of the things I want to get to. So I'm gonna work off of this when I fill this out. But first to talk about homeschool academics. So I've done this a couple different ways in the past. A lot of times I'll just pretty much scrap almost all of our regular curriculum and just do lots of holiday stuff. But I have found that I'm not the best at that. I just get a little bit lazy and I'm not great at crafts. And so this year I'm taking a little bit of a different approach. We're gonna keep most of our plans. Like for instance, this is this week. This is our plans for this week, and it has all the math and language arts for my son, math and language arts for my daughter, as well as our science and history. And then I forgot to put our Bible and read aloud and things here. So this is gonna stay about the same. I've decided to just try that because we only have about 3 weeks of planned school before the holidays start hitting. And so I think we're just gonna keep going as per normal because I have a plan for Advent that is more family focused and less homeschool focused. So I'll get to that in just a second, but I just wanted to make that upfront mention that I'm probably gonna keep math the same, and we're gonna do a bunch of language arts because we are in a really good rhythm. And I will talk about that in my next video. I think is the one I'm making about our homeschool update. It's just been going so well. It has been the best month so far this school year. And so I'm just not gonna rock the boat, and I'm just gonna keep going with what we normally have. So anyway, that's academics. But as for holiday planning, if I don't put it on the calendar, it won't get done. So a few things on here is we do have an Advent wreath and a sunlight guide. So I'm just gonna take a picture of the Advent wreath I picked up. It's pretty standard. And we're just using the sunlight guide, and this is a free resource which I'll link below, and it basically goes through the different weeks, like week 1, day 5, week 1, day 6, and there's just a little verse and a small little question to talk about. And we started that program on November 28th, so this past Sunday, and it's been going so well. My kids have loved the candle and just talking a little bit about it, and so that has been a big hit. And so that's our big kind of Christmas curriculum, if you will. It's just the time when we really focus talking about Jesus and faith during this season, and I really wanted to draw my husband into it, so we're doing that around dinner time. So it's not really a school subject, but it kind of is. And this download also has Christmas book recommendations. So what I did about a month ago is I put in a huge request for a bunch of library books, and then I wrapped a bunch. So I have been wanting to do this idea forever. I have heard about this where people wrap Christmas books and you open one a day. And the thing is I love books, and I don't know why I haven't tried this before, but I did that. I got a bunch from the library. I wrapped all those. I wrapped some that I picked up this year. And then once we get our Christmas stuff out, which will be this weekend, I'm going to wrap our current Christmas books. So that way we have one to open a night. And it's been really fun because I've made my kids the Christmas leader for the day. So they get to open the book as well as blow out the Advent candles. So there's always a leader for the day, so they're not fighting about who gets to open the book. But it's been really fun. We've been reading a Christmas story every night after we do our Advent around dinner time. So it's just been really sweet. And it's been fun to have my husband involved in that. Oh, and then I have this idea of a picture ornament. It's kind of a craft. It's for like my mom and my aunt and things like that. And so I haven't really decided if I am definitely going to do this or not. But let me pull up my Pinterest board where I have ideas for making ornaments that have my kids' pictures on them, which I think will just make it really special for my family. So yeah, I'm gonna try this where I put it up on the screen and scroll through my Pinterest. And here's all the different projects. And you can see there's some that was just like an ornament. And there's this one that is Christmas elves. I think this one my kids would like the most because I think it's funny and I think they will think it's funny. But there's some other ones that are just a little bit more classy maybe. Like this one, I don't know, that one looks like it might have more involved in it. But I'm just gonna pick one of those and I think we'll try and do that for my mom and aunt and mother-in-law and people like that as kind of a surprise, like a special surprise because it involves the kids' pictures. So that actually I do need to put on my schedule. So these two are just being done every day throughout the holiday season. But I do want to pick, maybe I'll put all the Christmas stuff in red. So I do want to put that on my list. But what I need to do first is find some of the things that already go on the list. So for instance, we have, right here, a Christmas Carol play. So I love going to plays. We used to go all the time when we were dating and then we had kids and then there's been COVID, so it's been hard. But at our local performing arts center, they are doing a Christmas Carol this year. And so I got tickets and I'm so excited. And it's on the 11th. So I'll write that down. Carol, I think it's at 7:30. So that's on the schedule. The other thing that is on the schedule already is we are getting our Christmas tree. We have a tradition of going to the town that my husband and I met and got married in and getting our Christmas tree because we did that when we were dating and we don't live that far from there. And so we just always drive up there every year and get our Christmas tree from this local family kind of tree stand. And they always do such a good job and their trees are always excellent. And so we're going to be doing that kind of in the afternoon, and then we might be seeing some friends for dinner. So that is on the schedule. So Saturday is kind of booked. But those are the two have-tos for the year. And the other thing about when we get our Christmas tree, that is also when we do all of our decoration. And so that means that Wednesday, I'm going to have to do all the cleaning. So I usually clean on Wednesdays. I'm actually thinking of putting out kind of how I balance cleaning and homeschooling because I have tons of systems for that. But Wednesday's my cleaning day. And so I think I will take down all the fall decor and dust and get ready for Christmas. So I'm going to do that kind of in preparation for decorating on Saturday after we get our Christmas tree. So that will be fun. Those are fun Christmas traditions. Now back to the picture ornaments. So like I said, we're going to have normal school throughout these weeks. I think we'll probably end one of these 2 days with just regular school, and then we'll start the Christmas holiday here. And I just wanted to sprinkle in some days maybe where we do more of a craft. So I think I will do that early in the season because I do want to mail these out to my relatives. So maybe we will do that next week. Yeah, I think I'll do that here. And that helps me because then when I'm setting up my plan for next week, I'm actually probably going to make it either a very light school day or take that day off entirely and have it be more of a Christmassy sort of day. And I don't mind doing that because if I take off too many days in a row, then I don't get anything done. But if I just plan specific days to take off, I think that could go really well this year. So I think we'll plan the craft there. What else did I have on my list? So I also have our nature group, like a Christmas activity. So we haven't nailed down a date for December yet. So I'm going to text some friends about that. I won't do that on camera, but I'm going to do that after I'm done and we'll set up a date for that. It's usually on Mondays. So maybe I'll aim for this one. I'll see if they can do the 13th. These are just sweet friends of ours and my kids love hanging out with them and I'm sure we can come up with something Christmassy. Our nature group really is just a bunch of ladies from our church who homeschool. So it would be just a lovely time where we could kind of share that tradition. So let me think about that and text them. So I'll tentatively put that here. Maybe I'll put some question marks. Okay, and so that would mean that I'm also taking those days off because I always do for Nature Day. All right. So Christmas tree, decor, icicle lights. My husband already put up the icicle lights because for some reason I've always wanted lights on our house, but I've just never done it. I've never asked him to do it. So this year I asked him to do it and he was totally fine with it. And our house looks great. The other thing is an Advent study for me. So I actually did pick up an Advent devotional, I think for women. I'll put a picture up here that I am planning on starting. I think it starts on the 1st. I'll let you know how it is if anybody's interested in Advent studies, but also if anybody has any recommendations for Advent studies that are not like homeschool Advent studies, but like mom Advent studies, please let me know because I'm always on the lookout for those. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, and then I have on here, I was thinking of maybe making cookies for neighbors. So we moved here about a year ago and we're on a street that is a lot of older individuals and we haven't gotten to know them very well. I mean, it's been COVID and stuff, so that's been hard. And so I was thinking that could be a fun way to stop and get to know our neighbors. We'll just see. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like the schedule is too packed with stuff that we couldn't potentially fit in some cookie making and take it to some neighbors. I feel like that would be fun to do that last week of school. So maybe we'll only do school here and here instead of this day too, and we'll make some cookies on this day. That could be fun. I'm also going to put a big question mark here because I know myself. I tend to get stressed and overwhelmed during this season, and that's why I like to plan. That's why I like to have it all out ahead of time. But I feel like if anything is to be dropped off this, it would be probably this idea. Although I really like that idea of like generosity and giving and being able to teach that to my kids during this season. So I don't know. That's a potential, but that was really what I had on my list. We also were thinking of potentially going to drive around and look at Christmas lights. Oh, that could be fun. Maybe we'll do that on like the 18th. That's also another, it doesn't have to, but we've done it in the past and we've made everybody hot cocoa and we've gotten in the car and we've played Christmas music and it's just been kind of fun and my kids always like it and they get very excited. So that I can put on the calendar too because we don't have anything going on that day. So anyway, that is what I wanted to show you for kind of setting up my December. I am right now going to probably set up next week. It's nice now that I have this because I know that we'll probably want to do a picture ornament craft here, and so I'll just block this whole day off from school. And I won't take you through me working out which math lesson and which language arts lesson. I will link another homeschool plan with me video that I did just that, and I go through how I set up this page every week. So I'll link that if you're curious about how I do it. But today's video, I really wanted to focus a little bit bigger on some monthly planning goals for the holiday. So anyway, I hope this was fun, and I would love, love, love to hear some of your traditions. What are some of the things you do in December that are just fun and just very meaningful in this Christmas season for you and your family? So please comment down below with those because I would love to hear that as well. So yeah, that is all I have for this video. Thank you all so much for stopping by and planning a bit of my December with me. I always enjoy making these sorts of videos, and I just hope you have a wonderful holiday season and you just are able to really enjoy your December. And otherwise, that's all I have, and I will see you in the next homeschool video. All right, have a wonderful day. All right, take care.